And this will be a 360 scan just like we will if we're making a copy denture. So we will be using a material called Quick Check to spray the wax rim to make it not nearly as reflective. It helped a lot to turn the overhead lights off to reduce the glare off of the bite rim. Now we will begin our 360 scan of our bite rim extraorally. We have dusted the rim with spray to reduce the glare. The scanner picks that up much better than very shiny wax. So we're beginning on the posterior area like we always do. We roll around to the buccal, back over the posterior occlusal area, into the palate. It's important to pick up all of these areas initially. We don't want, in this case, to scan the entire occlusal surface right off the bat because it does help the scanner stitch this together 360 degrees. When we start on the occlusal surface, roll to the palatal, and then come back and roll to the buccal. Remember to always keep the wand moving. We don't want to hover in one spot. That gives too much data to the scanner and it makes it very difficult to process. So anytime we get to an area that it does not recognize, doesn't want to scan, doesn't want to pick up, we move it back to an area that it has already picked up, let it reset, and then continue to scan. Scanning this entire bite rim. We've got the posterior area on the other side. We're rolling it back and forth. Again, this helps the software stitch the external and intaglio surface of the bite rim so that it knows where everything is in space. Rolling it to the buccal, rolling it to the palatal, over the occlusal surface. They want us to get as much of this as we possibly can to help register the bite. Rolling it to the buccal. Once it gets the borders, it tends to fill in much more easily. So you see where we've got the post-dam area of the bite rim. Checking to see what information we still need. We're going to begin in an area that it recognizes, roll to the buccal, roll around to the intaglio surface and begin to capture that. This will be one of the more difficult areas to fill in. You'll want to go slow and steady through here, but never hovering in one place very long. We don't want to give the software too much information to try to digest. It can lock up your scanner sometimes if you do that. Sometimes it's hard to get it unlocked. So we're pausing, letting it process, letting it filter out a lot of the noise. It's hard to filter out that noise if you stop in one place for too long. I'm going to keep it moving, try to capture all of these areas. That little spot in the palate's probably going to be okay. Starting an area that it recognizes, going to a new area, rolling around towards the intaglio surface, getting the flanges of the bite rim. Almost got the entire intaglio surface now. That looks pretty good. I'll try to get that last little spot. It looks like we got it. So the intaglio surface looks really good. Let's see what else we need to get. It's okay if the bite registration material falls off. We can just collect it and continue our scan. We missed one little spot, so we're going to come back and fill that in. We're going to see what else we didn't get. We still need to try to capture as much of that palette as we can get. And then it looks like we'll be pretty good on our 360 scan. Try to keep it as dark as possible in the room and let all of the light come from the scanner. So now we're getting the palatal area, which we don't always have to get all of, but the more we get, the easier it is for the lab to get us back what we need from them so that we can get the best denture we can. It looks like we've got the whole bite rim. So now this step is complete and ready to go to the lab.